What is up, YouTube? Sergeant Blake is here again, and I'm having a very good day. And while I was thinking about how good of a day I was having, I was thinking about video games as well, because I know that I had to do a video for today. And since this is my, whatever is interesting me, or whatever is interesting in the news day, I kind of wanted to talk about something that interests me quite a bit. And it's part of an argument that is brought up a lot in video games, especially this generation. And I'm just going to call it fun factor, right? Like, a lot of people will argue that games are bad, a lot of people argue that games are good, blah 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 for this reason and for that reason, but they never really say how much fun it is. And, it's actually, this argument is kind of like two different arguments. One is like the whole need for achievements and trophies in video games, where in this generation, where we didn't really have them before. And the second one is like, it's more or less the thing about, like, why would you trust a reviewer to tell you how much you're going to like something? So to start off really quickly, I'm just going to flash a couple of games on screen. I'm going to, actually, it's got quite a few of them, but I'm going to, like, divide it up into, genres. So the first one is, of course, action games. So we got Killzone, Resident Evil 5, Uncharted, and Batman Arkham Asylum. All these games they're good. They're good, they're fun, they're technically advanced in many ways, and they're just really cool to play. And they're action games, so they're going to be entertaining as well. And here we have some open world games. We got Grand Theft Auto, of course, Infamous, and right behind that I've got Assassin's Creed. These games are also fun and very good, and every game, and the next two games I'm going to show you kind of fall within their own genres. First one being Mirror's Edge, and the next one being Little Big Planet, right? Again, fun, very enjoyable. Now, I want you to go, if you really choose to do this is more of a test thing, go and look up reviews for any of the games you just saw, and see how many reviews actually speak about how much fun they are. And usually it's not mentioned, because they're not going to tell you about how much fun a game is, because they can't. They really can't. A lot of people like certain games that other people don't. So reviewers take it upon themselves to say, this game looks good or it looks bad, this game plays well or it doesn't, and, the acting is good or the acting is bad, the story is good or the story is bad. It's very black and white, and then they want to make it even worse by attaching a number to it. I hate the idea of giving reviews fucking numbers. It's horrible. It's really horrible. And I'm gonna bring this game out, and I talk about it a lot, but I'm bringing this game out as a example of this, right? Mercenaries 2, which is a game that you actually have to play offline now, because pandemic, the game will freeze whenever you go online with it, because pandemic's gone, the servers are no longer active, and it just does some funky stuff to your game. But what I bring this up for is that you look at anything from Mercenaries, and it has a relatively bad to mediocre score, and a lot of people, and there are plenty of problems with it. I'm not going to try to sit here and argue that there aren't. It's not a very good looking game. It has a horrible story. The acting is okay. But here's what I'm getting at, right? Is it fun? Fuck, yes it is. I mean, I swear to God, it's just so much fun. I can't even describe it, right? Like, what other game do you get a nuke in, And I'm not talking about, like, one nuke. You get, like, the choice of, like, 100 nukes. And all different types of weaponry. Like, you could literally just fly around this entire giant world that they built for you and destroy things a different way each time. Now, no, it's not the greatest game in the world, but the gameplay is good enough that I enjoy it, and it's just mindless fun, And, like, this is what I'm saying, is that no reviewer can tell you how much fun you're going to have with something. And, these days we've got Netflix, we've got Blockbuster, we've got whatever fucking video store is local to you that will let you rent a video game. So if you think something's good, or something looks interesting to you, then go out and fucking get it, rent it at least, and play it before you say, oh, it got a bad review, I'm not sure. And the only reason I say that is because a lot of games don't get hyped up enough, or a lot of games just kind of get overlooked because they get okay reviews. Reviewers are just me and you, It's the same shit. I understand that people, like, went to school for journalism and blah blah blah, but, like, a video game reviewer is a fucking person, just like me, I didn't like Borderlands. Everybody loved Borderlands. So When I talk about a game, when I review a game, I usually like to look at reviews first. When I buy a game, I like to look at reviews first. And then I look at the public reaction to it. If other people on YouTube are commenting on the IGN review of something, they're saying, hey, I don't agree with this review, it's really good, or, you know, or this review was completely true, it was a horrible game. The people who play the game, who pay money for it, they're going to know. They're going to be the ones to trust. And if you absolutely have to have a professional look at something, definitely, I would suggest going up or going on XPlay or G4TV.com and looking at XPlay. Adam Sessler is one of the best reviewers. Not even one of the. He is the best fucking reviewer ever, because he does a lot of what I do when I review a game. And that's not what makes him good, is he's just much smarter, he knows what he's talking about, and it feels like this guy actually cares what you spend your money on. Honestly, he doesn't, but it just, you know, he's very descriptive in what he talks about. And what I would do when I review a game is I tell you what I liked about it or what I found good about it, and I tell you what's bad about it, what kind of gameplay faults it may or may not have, and then you can decide from that list of good and bad that I give you whether or not you want to spend the money, whether it be $7 to rent it or the whole $60 to buy it, to, you know, have this game in your entire library. And, you know, like, another thing goes is that all these games that I listed, a lot of them, none of them are perfect. There's no such thing as the perfect game. So, you know, of course games are going to have faults with them. The difference is, you know, the difference between a game that you enjoy or find fun is that the fault itself is not so huge that it keeps you from playing. So that's one argument, you know, don't trust reviewers, don't be a fucking sheeple, you know, don't just go along with everybody, with what everybody else is saying. The next one is the need for trophies, trophies and achievements this generation. Are they necessary? And again, I'm brought back to Mercenaries 2. You know, there are a lot of games that don't have trophies that I don't play anymore. I love Resistance 2. I love the whole Resistance thing, but Resistance 1 doesn't have trophies, so I don't feel the need to play it. So a lot of that can be said, you know, a game that doesn't support trophies, every game supports achievements, and that's why I kind of feel jaded. But a game that was made a while back, doesn't support trophies, or is not multi-platform, where they haven't had an update yet, is kind of discouraging to play, because it just feels like, essentially, you're wasting your time. But honestly, who gives a fuck about your gamer score, or your trophy count, or whatever the fuck it's called on the PlayStation? You should really start naming some of this shit. You know, if you want the trophy, if you find, hey, that seems like it would be challenging, I'm going to go for it, then by all means, do it. You know, better for you that you're getting the most out of your game. But the same thing is brought about with Mercenaries. You know, Mercenaries, like I said, has a lot of gameplay issues, and it's a lot of fun. But one of the things with games like that is that a lot of open world games will be very difficult. And this game is like, you know, you can actually piss everybody in the world off. So it will be extra difficult. So the way I play it is I turn all the cheat codes on, everything, and I've got, like, you know, I'm, you know, a giant bullet sponge, and I'm raining fire down upon my enemies, and it's fun as hell, but I have 0% trophies for that. It doesn't matter. If the game is something that you like and something that you enjoy, then the trophies should not be important. If you're a trophy whore like I semi-am or used to be, then, you know, by all means. But the same thing goes for achievements. You know, if you like the game, then trophies or achievements should just come as they go. You know, they just come as they will. You'll be playing, and eventually it'll happen. And, you know, I'm not saying that don't go for them, you know. Fuck, I obsessed over Infamous enough where I was like, hey, I could probably get this one. And eventually I did. But I'm just saying that, you know, enjoy your game. Don't think about what it's going to add to some number that nobody gives a fuck about. You know, enjoy your game. And yeah, every game is a good opportunity to increase whatever fucking number you've got, but honestly, that matters to the only person that matters to is you, and what should matter the most is how much fun you're having with it. Just play what's fun. Even if you've 100%ed something, just play it. If you like it, who's stopping you, you know? So that's it for me, guys. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, because that's tomorrow. Tomorrow is always to the right, which is the left in your case. Alright, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.